How to find the limit of a function involving radical and its conjugate. That is the topic that we are going to discuss in this video. Before going to the main topic, let us discuss the algebra skills that are related to finding the limit of function involving radical. So the first one is squaring square roots. Second, finding the product of a plus b, a minus b. And number 3, rationalizing numerator. So we will have first squaring square roots. Here we have 3 examples. For the first example, we have the square root of x. So we will multiply square root of x times square root of x, and that is equals to square root of x squared, which is equals to x. But actually we can answer that by just simply cancelling the radical sign and the exponent, and that will give us the same answer, which is x. So for number 2, the answer will be 5. And number 3, it will be 5 plus h. Let us discuss now the product of a plus b, a minus b. So for number 1 example, our a here is equals to x and b is equals to 2. Therefore, a squared is equals to x squared and b squared is equals to 2 squared, which is equals to 4. So the answer for number 1 is x squared minus 4. So using the spatial product. For number 2, let us write what is a. So a is equals to square root of 5 plus h, and b is equals to square root of 5. So therefore a squared is equals to the square root of 5 plus h, and b squared is equals to the square root of 5. So applying the previous this example in squaring the square roots, we will have here 5 plus h, and b squared is equals to 5. So what is our a squared? 5 plus h, okay, minus b squared, which is 5, and then cancel positive 5 and negative 5. So the answer is equals to h. Let us now discuss rationalizing numerator. So this part is very important because it will help us to easily understand how to find the limit of a function involving radical. So given the example, square root of 3 plus h minus square root of 3 all over h, we have to find the conjugate, which is square root of 3 plus h. Now you will see here we have a negative sign. We will make that positive, and we will write that also in the denominator. Okay, so that is our first step. And the second step, we multiply this h times square root of 3 plus h plus square root of 3, and in the numerator we will make parentheses, and we will just copy square root of 3 plus h minus square root of 3, and then square root of 3 plus h plus square root of 3. Now for the second step, we have to remember the product of a plus b, a minus b, which is equal to a squared minus b squared. So look at the numerator. What is a? A is equals to square root of 3 plus h, and b is equals to square root of 3. So going to the next step, we will have here the square of 3 plus h minus the square of 3 all over h times, open parentheses, square root of 3 plus h plus square root of 3. Okay? Now we will have the next step, rather. First, we just copy the denominator, square root of 3 plus h, okay, square root of 3. So h times square root of 3 plus h plus square root of 3. How about the numerator? So for the numerator, we will cancel this. So we'll have in the numerator, we'll have 3 plus h minus, so applying the squaring square roots, minus 3. Okay, and let us cancel positive 3 and negative 3. Now we will have h over h times, open parentheses, square root of 3 plus h plus square root of 3, close parentheses. Now we have here h divided by h, that is equals to 1 over square root of 3 plus h plus square root of 3. So that is the answer. Let us discuss how to find the limit of a function involving radical. So in this example, we have the limit of square root of 5 plus h minus square root of 5 all over h as h approaches 0. So first, we are going to multiply the numerator by its conjugate, and that is square root of 5 plus h plus square root of 5. And we have to write the same expression in the denominator. So before we go to the next step, please look at the sign between the two terms. From negative, we change to positive. So going to the next step, we will multiply the denominators, and that will be h open parenthesis square root of 5 plus h plus square root of 5 close parenthesis. And in the numerator, let us make two parentheses. In the first one, we will write the numerator of the given function, which is square root of 5 plus h minus square root of 5. And in the other parentheses, we are going to write the conjugate, and that is square root of 5 plus h plus square root of 5. So going to the next step, now we will copy the denominator. We will just rewrite the denominator. Okay. And in the numerator, we are going to write like this. Remember that we have the product of a plus b, a minus b, which is equals to a squared minus b squared. Now look at the second line of our solution. A is equals to square root of 5 plus h, and b is equals to square root of 5. So what we are going to write inside the parentheses for a squared, that would be square root of 5 plus h. And for b squared, square root of 5. So let us continue. In the denominator, we will just rewrite again h open parenthesis square root of 5 plus h plus square root of 5. But for the numerator, we have to go back to the previous step to get 5 plus h and also minus 5. So now we have positive 5 and negative 5. So we can just cancel, and then going to the next step of the solution. Now we have h in the numerator, and again rewrite the denominator. Here we can see that we have h divided by h, so that is equals to 1. So the denominator will become square root of 5 plus h plus square root of 5. Now in this step, we can now apply the substitution. H equals 0. So we will have 1 over square root of 5 plus 0 plus square root of 5, and that is equals to 1 over 2 square root of 5, and that is our answer.